Hello, my name is Roger Layton. I'm the head coach for Shinpei, which people know as Star Shinpei, here at the Yushan International Billiard Academy in China, where I'm also the head coach. Today I'm doing a second video about break building. I'm going to talk through it. I'm going to discuss what I think is necessary, what I'm going to try and do, and it's mainly the thought process behind what I'm trying to do, which is what people can help people to try and make breaks. So let's have a go. So obviously I've got a 3/4 ball, playing the black. It's the first thing I do. I look at these two. These two go into here, but obviously I've got these two blocking it. This is blocking it. Now I can't get on this one unless I get here. Of course it's significant, so I might have to develop that, but we'll see. This one goes, this one goes. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the layout of the balls. So obviously I'm going to try and come here, and then maybe it's a little studdish onto here to keep this one out. You on this? Let's see. So I've got the angle that I want. So now, I could try and play a stud into here, but it's not necessary because if this wasn't there, then I would do that when I come here. Guaranteed, because I get through the gap. If I hit this, it might put the cue ball here, and then I'm not on this one. I don't think on the table. So that's causing a bit of a problem. So now I think, well, do I just play hit this and come off? And I think that's probably the right shot. If I knew I could hit this one, then I'd definitely go for do this. But I can hit this one, but it might be coming this way. So, you know, I might not be on them balls. But I would be free in this one, so I can get on them. So it's an option, but it's a bit of a tight line. I'm not hitting it full ball, I'm hitting it like 3/4 to half ball. So the thing is, do I need to put myself under that much pressure straight away? The answer is no. Because when you start thinking like this, you're making it too difficult to be consistent. So you've got to keep it simple. You've got to be logical, but it's got to be simple, where you can maintain it. So I think just mainly just to stand to this one. See, like that, you see? So I hit into this one, and I put the cue ball in this area, so I knew I was going to have this one. But, you know, and I've got these two, so obviously this is all. So these balls here are not in a good position. So if I wanted to, I could come here and then stun into this again, just develop a little bit, because now I've got this, this, and this. So that seems to be a good option, because you look at the pack, it's sort of a curved, so the weight can't go anywhere. It hits this to coming off, hits this to coming off. Hits them in the middle, you disturb it more. So it's just a case of hitting it with a cue ball. So, like that. So, you don't want to hit it too hard because you want to try and guarantee the cue ball in this area to these. It's not necessary to hit them hard because I have plenty of reds to go for. You just try and disturb them just to loosen one or two more. If you can disturb all of them, great. But then you're making the black more difficult because you're thinking about this. So, see? So I've just hit them like this. Disturbed, you know, disturbed this one and this one. So that's pretty good for me. I'm happy with that. Now this one is going to angle, it's going to bring the cue ball to here. This one is a bit of a straighter ball, but yeah, I can come into this one. So that's good. So when I hit this, I'm also developing that one. I just move it to here. So I'm actually controlling where this goes as well. It's hidden. So like that, you see? So I put this in a better position because now I can come here for this one. Before it was here, I'd have to come here or here. So I'm actually thinking where this is going. Now just play with the one in the bottom, give yourself a nice angle. pockets are pretty, they're not big, these pockets. So you've got to try and leave yourself the right angle, otherwise you're making the shot more difficult position-wise. So this one's a 3/4 ball, it's come off 2 cushions. You can see I've sacrificed not being great on the black because I have to make sure of the pot. So now I've got an area to come into this or this. I could try and get into this, but you know, you're making the black more difficult, so I'm cutting it back. If I can start onto this one, it's not so bad. So you've really got to be focused on these things. Now, if I hit this, it doesn't matter, it's slowing the cue ball down. It's this, logically it comes up to here, but this, or maybe this. So you've got to look at like it percentage-wise. If you try and be too perfect putting the cue ball here, consistently you're making this too difficult. You're going to fail. So you're using the red ball to slow the cue ball down, but that's it. You know it's probably going to kick off this way. So logically, you're probably going to have red. See? It's kicked off like that. It's a little bit unlucky just to come there. Because this one's going to be here. This one's going to here. I'm on it. So, and I'm nearly on this one. So this is where you do need a bit of luck sometimes. Now, I have got one in the middle. It does go in the middle, but it's not easy. So, what do? Now, if I come across, I come in this close to the pink. Now, the pink does go in the corner, but it's coming close to the pink, which means I've got to be very, very precise with the position and the speed, which is making the red more difficult. So do I put a bit of right-hand side of it and come this way and come into here? That's probably what I would tend to do, because you're actually making the shot easier, not more difficult. You're making it more difficult by just trying to come into here playing ball. So, let's have a go. See? So I've played a bit aside, and I've come through the gap, and it made the shot easier. So even though the shot wasn't easy, it makes it easier. Now I'm looking now here. The pink goes on its spot. Now if I come to here, I do have this red to come across with black. Or, see, I'm looking at the blue. The blue doesn't go. So if I come to here, I'm not going to be screwed for the blue. Now I now look around, does the pink go? Right. Pink doesn't go. So, when you're playing this, you've got to be really careful. Now when I'm looking now, I'm looking like, well, if I screw off the cushion, I've got this and this, then that looks to be the right shot to me. Because I come into here, I've got a big area that comes to here. So instead of just, a lot of people just play to come here, and then if you don't land perfectly, now if you land perfectly right, you can be on black. That's fine. That's fine. Or you could stun up and come here to this red and then come down. But if I just screw off the cushion, I can be anywhere here. So it just makes it easier. But you see, there is more than one way to do things. It's about what's best for you. Just by doing that, I know I've got 2 reds. So I'm not doing anything overcomplicated. I could hit the ball a bit harder than that. Now obviously, this looks the obvious one. Now, you know, I can play this. You wouldn't hit into the red, because if you hit the ball harder, it's going to make the white swing wider, and it's going to hit into here. So it's going to come over here. So then it's no good. I can't play for the blue, or I can, but I have to land just here. So realistically, if I'm here, it's no good. If I'm here, I'm playing the yellow. So that's rolled that one out. This one just took off the cushion. Now, you can hold for the black. The thing is, why try and hold for the black? You're making it more difficult. Just play a stun shot off the cushion. If I come straight, I come off the cushion here for this and this. If I land low, well then I can either screw into them, or even maybe come to here or stun over there. If I come high, well of course I can just come off the cushion and come over here, or come this way. So it doesn't really matter. So that makes the shot easier because I know I don't have to be perfect in getting fantastic position. Let's just try and pop the ball and just play a stun off the cushion. You see? So I've played the bad shot. So let's play it again, back again, like this. Right. So that's what I should have done. I haven't been playing very much for the last year. I've been playing Chinese pool, but I'm trying to get back into it again. So now I've left an angle. Now, of course, I can come here and come to here. There's nothing wrong with this. I have an angle to screw into here. Because these reds are here, I actually quite like that shot. I can get on those anytime I want. You know, come here, here. It's not a problem. Once I get rid of this one goes. So, you know, there's no desperation. These are the ones that's going to cause problems. So, if I swing into it, it's like a stud screw. It's like a screw with power. Because when you play with power, it's going to arc the weight wider and it's going to come in. Now, if you're playing on a table that's not got a new cloth, you hit the weight ball slightly higher. You actually play more of a stud than a screw. Because you've got to create it. So obviously, it depends on what you're playing on. So with this one being a new cloth, the screw into it's going to arc. It's going to hopefully get to there and come through and have a chance of that. So again, you're going down to percentage. This game's about percentage, playing the right shot that's going to hopefully give you the right shot. You can't always play the exact shot you think. It just doesn't happen. So you watch the keyboard, we play a screw, and I can play it with quite a bit of pace. Not quite enough. Not quite enough. Now, this one does go in the middle, but of course, I'd have to go through here for the black. And that is an option. I'm looking at all my options now before I make the right decision. Now, I first looked at this one in the middle. I can play topspin off two cushions, side, wide, and come back. Now, this one's an option, but of course I'm bridging over, and it's also about controlling the keyboard, which I'm not going to do. So I am more inclined this way. It is tight. It is tight. You're actually playing for the nap. So it probably isn't the right shot. This one in the middle of two cushions. Now, here, I come here. Now, I've got them three colours and also the blue, so I don't have to be fixed. If I get good on the blue, I can play for this red and go on the pink. But the pink, you know, the pink will go here. It's not causing me any, it's not making anything easier for myself. So it depends on the keyboard. I have to make sure it's red. So the focus is mainly on the red. I know the angle is going to happen. See? So I knew the keyboard was going to take this line. Now, a little bit under hit, but I'm one of these three colours. So I'm on the yellow. So what to do now? I could screw down and come to here. Now, if I come to here, this does go, but I don't really like this shot. I like more the stun screw and come through the gap. So if I come here, I've got this, and I've got that one. Now look to see, does this go? Yeah, this goes. So I think coming through this gap here is better. If I come too short, I've got this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So without having to play for one, I'm playing for the area. Which makes this yellow much more easier. See? Come through that gap like that. Now I decide, what do I like? Now, of course, I could play that one. If you grab me the best, why not? Now I'm bridging over this red to play this. This obviously is the opposite shot. Now, if I play topspin on 3/4 ball, I'm in danger coming too low. So I just hit the ball slightly lower, just to try and steer the white ball more upwards. I'm not really playing a stunt, I'm just hitting the white ball lower, which is going to create a slight angle. A better angle for black. See? Now, see, to get on these, you have to come exactly here for this. Or they go in the middle, which is fine. Now, I've got too much angle to play from the middle. Now, if I play off the cushion, I'm coming close to this red, which means the white's going to come here, come over there. So I'm not really going to be on this good. Now, I could play off the cushion and come here, and have one of these here. That's perfectly fine. But I'm more inclined of not allowing the cue ball to travel as far as I want. I'm thinking more about staying into them. Because I know if I stay into them, I've got that, and I'm also developing them. And I have a good chance of one in the middle. But also, I'm trying to free the pink spot. Because this is causing some problems for getting on this red. So if I actually get on the pink here, well, it's making them easier. I've got pink and black. So that's why I'm thinking this shot. So let's just try and just shut into those reds. See? So what I've done, I haven't freed the pink spot. Well, no, it's close. In fact, the pink might not even go now. It doesn't matter because, like I said, I was saying that we've got one of these or this one. So you see, so now it frees it up. So now I don't need to play the pink. I can just play all these with the black. So that's why I've not played the negative shot. I played the positive shot. But not only that, it was actually a better shot for attacking the situation. So this time you just stunt through here. If I come anywhere here again, like I did at the yellow, I've got this, and even this. So I'm just playing for the area. So I'm not having to be too careful on black. That's the thing. If you try and put water just here, you're putting pressure on this. You're not making it any easier. So it's just a case of a stunt shot. And play with freedom. Don't want to be too stiff. See? Let the cue flow through the ball. Don't be too worried. Because I knew I couldn't fail. That's the thing. I knew I couldn't fail. So the obvious solution would be this one. Come here, because it frees the pink. But I don't need to. I can come off the cushion for the black. I could even play this. It just comes down to what you think is best. As long as you put all the balls and you're not thinking too much and you're keeping it relaxed, it's fine. There's more than one way to do things. This is just my way. It's just the way I think. So I think just cutting this and coming to this gap is easier. And of course, now I'm thinking about this one, because this is now, this doesn't go into here. So if I can on the angle come to here, this and this. So I'm looking at problem balls to make the situation easier. So of course I don't need to do that. I could play the other cushion for that, but I just like this one. See? Now, I've left not quite enough angle to come here. See, if I was here, it's perfect. Now you see I'm looking at fine line like this. Now, there's no need to try and force the cue ball to come here. I just play topspin, 2 cushions. Again, I'm playing for this area. I'll have this, I'll have this. If I come too far, I've got this. Now the pink goes on the spot. So if I came here, it's perfectly great. I come on the pink, I put the pink on the spot, play for this one. It doesn't matter. I'm just playing this area. So again, I'm not too fixed on where the cue ball is going to go. I'm just making sure the black, playing with freedom, and being nice and relaxed, and making it feel like it's easy. That's the thing. As you can see, Keith, because I don't have to be perfect, it allows me to be perfect because there's no pressure on me because I'm playing with freedom. If you can try and think in a way that allows you to play with freedom, then this is the best way of playing it. But of course, to think this way, to think in this logical way, is the most difficult thing there is. That's why I'm just giving another variation here to show you what I do and how I think. It's not about me having a pot all the balls. I've missed one ball, so I've done okay. If I was playing all the time, I would be distraught with that because it wasn't a difficult ball. So when I start playing more, then hopefully I'm going to be doing the situations without missing. But like I said, it's the thought process behind it all that's the most important thing. So now I've come too short for this. I do have this, but obviously this is the shot. Now it's dead straight, so of course now I'm trying to get in that angle so I come off the cushion for here. But I'm not. It doesn't have to be perfect. I've come too far again. Come too far again. So I just play the same shot before. But I can't play exactly the same way before because I've got less angle. This is a 3/4, so the play topspin. It's going to come here, here. It's going to come more like on this line. So do I put right hand side of it to help the white ball around? Or do I hit the white ball slightly lower to create a slight stun, which is going to create, so it's a stun follow through, so it's going to create the angle. So instead of hitting here, it's going to hit more into here, and then that's going to make it hopefully. But by doing that, I'm hitting the white ball harder. So I'm sacrificing playing the pot. So I've got to think now, do I need to do this? Do I need to make it? And it comes down to decision time. It comes down to logic, and it comes down to how you feel. That's what it comes down to. So I'm looking at this now, and I'm thinking, yeah, slightly lower, just a slight start, but I need the topspin, I need to get the run. The reason why I'm doing that is because if I come this way, I've only got one red. This doesn't go into that red. If this was here, then I'd probably come right inside, come to this area, and have 2 reds. There's only 1 red. I think there's no need to. Now I've always got this one, but I just think if I slightly stun it, I come into here or here, even there, I've got these 2 reds here. That's why I'm thinking as I am. See? A bit the ball slightly lower, which is create a slight stun, which is give me this. But what I didn't say is I knew you also had this as well. No, I do have that. I have that into corner. And it is a good option because I can come off this cushion and come here. Now, I could hold the cue ball here, but why? When you're doing that, sometimes you're restricting the follow through because you're trying to just, and that's where you get people jerking the cue by trying to control. Because they're so focused on controlling the speed, they're not allowing the cue to go through the ball. So just by playing it, it's just a trace it left hand side, come through here, hit this cushion and bounce off. It means I've got more chance of putting this than missing. Now, the thing is, do I need to do this? Now I've got this now to hold for the blue. It's a little bit of an angle, but I can hold. But I tend to like that one. But maybe this is the right shot. See, just basically, the reason I didn't like that is because when the blue goes on now, it's more difficult. I've got to be here for the red or here for the red. It's more difficult, but at the end of the day, it comes down to survival. Just say the situation, the game was level scores. If it wasn't level scores, and I was 40 in front, I'd be playing nothing. Or I'd won the frame. I play that just trying to win the game. Because I need to plot these balls in the situation, no point playing that, just play this. Because I can come down to here. So now I can come down to this area and be on this one. So I'm thinking about this one. I've been thinking about this one for quite a while now. Now I can actually do that. A lot of people will just try and come to here and play the show to the rest. But no, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I've come slightly too far. Yeah, slightly too far. So I'm looking at this one as well, because this one moves the cue ball around to come here. And I know I've got the blue, pink, and the yellow and brown from here. So that's not really a bad option. For this one, if I play this, if this red wasn't here, I would just play this to here, and pink and blue into this. But they don't go. So that's making me, and if I want to come this way, I've got to avoid the red, and I've got to dig down in the cushion. So this is why I'm thinking. So I think this is probably the better shot. Because I know I can play with top spin, I can cue through with freedom, and I can come around. So I think this is the right shot. Even though logically, it doesn't look like the right shot to a lot of people. They look at the straightforward shot and try and punch it in. A lot will try and come up for the yellow, green, brown. Again, that's fine. If you come into this area, it's great. But it's just, again, it's a preference. So I just like this one. See? So I come into this area, and I've got the blue, with the pink, see? And it also helps me in this red. So now, I just roll this in. See? Now I'll get rid of this difficult red. Not difficult, but it was more difficult to get on because of where the pink and blue were. So now, I have an angle. Now, I have a shot to come off this cushion, and come here. I think this is the right shot. Slightly under here, doesn't matter. Now you can come off the cushion and come here, or just simply come here. You can play the more direct way, it's better. But of course, it's more difficult to pop by playing the screw shot than the top spin, because you've got to hit it sharper and you've got to hit it smoothly. But I'm going to play the screw shot anyway. I like to keep hold of the cue ball. You know, of course, it comes down to your skill, it comes down to your confidence and your concentration. So now I've got pink and blue into here, so obviously the shot is just to come here. Now, I have to come there. Because the blue's near the pink, it becomes easy to clear up. So it might be a good option just to leave them and come off the cushion and come here. So when I get yellow, green, and brown, I come here, I put the pink right next to the blue. So if I need to get the pink, it might be a good option to leave it there. You know, it comes down to where the cue ball comes. It's better to be on the pink than the blue. But again, I'm not focused on this. I'm not stressed about it. So I think maybe come up here is better. See, that's what I think is better. Now I'm on the yellow screw back. So, again, it comes down to what you think's best. How you think. Everyone thinks differently. The only way you can help someone or help is to know how they think, what they think, and then just try and steer them. You know, I've got a 3/4 ball, I can screw back and come off the cushion. Come off the cushion, yeah, I can do that shot, but I hit the ball harder, and I've got to force an angle there. And again, why? Just play a little screw shot. Here's the ball sharply. Like that. Now, stump shot was perfectly fine. Now this one, I could hold the cue ball again, which makes the degree more difficult. If you play a stunt, you can just let the cue go through with quite a bit of speed and not be scared of losing the cue ball. So it comes down again to decision time, So I think come off the cushion, it's bordering on being exact position for the screw or stunt. It's bordering. So I think just come off the cushion. Get the white ball nearly in the middle, which is guarantees me having an angle on the ground. It doesn't matter if I'm coming too low down, I can just come off the cushion and come over here. If I come over here, it doesn't matter. I can just come off the cushion back to the pink. Now, when I look at this angle now, it's looking like it might be coming too close to the pink. So it might have to come this way and come here, which is making the shot more difficult. This comes down to, you know, having the confidence to pull it off, because you're playing for a tight area. If you either hit it, you snook it. So let's just open that. Try and make sure the pop. Try and keep nice and relaxed. And just make sure the cue balls come in this area. Now, what angle am I wanting? So if I play topspin, I'm going to come this way, come over here. Now, if I need blue and pink and the black, I would be putting this tracer right inside of it to guarantee the white coming in sharper and coming here. Because if I come low, it's better. Playing with topspin, it's coming more this way, so I'm in danger of becoming too straight. But of course, you have to think about making sure you pop the ball in a pressure situation. And in a pressure situation, you can miss anything. So it comes down to what can you get away with? What's consistently the easiest way to play? That's what it comes down to. And you've got to go off how you're feeling and thinking. So I think the right hand side. See? So like I said, the right hand side came in sharper, and it helped me to guarantee being high on the pink to get down the black. So now I should just start shot the cushion. Right, thank you. I missed one ball, which I shouldn't have missed. But we can't always put everything we want to put. But you know, I've gone through and I've cleared the table and explained how I've done it and what I'm trying to do, and I hope that it's give you a bit of an idea of how to tackle the situations and problem balls, and I hope it's benefits you in any way. So. I want to go now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.